And hello and good morning. Sorry that I'm a bit late. Yeah, it's the Norwegian National Day today, and I am out with the two siblings. Hold on, I will turn the camera around. Here they are. So we are out for our morning walk, and everything is very exciting to them because all these paths in the woodland here are new to them. Well, we have been up here a few times already, but still all the scents, you know, new scents, and yeah, they have their little sweaters on, which is a bit funny, I know, but they are not. They don't have fur for the Norwegian climate, which we can fix by putting a few sweaters on them. So, yeah. I'm not sure if you want to see my tired face now that you've seen the two dogs, but we'll give it a try. So this is the Norwegian National Day, and it's a bit sorry, I'm trying to have a look at the chat as well as walking the dogs. What can I say about the dogs? They walk well on a leash. The goal is not to use a leash, but before I can let them off the leash, we will have to train them so that they will not run away when they see something interesting. These dogs, they hunt by sight mostly, and their eyesight is extremely good, so they can spot a tiny animal far away. So yeah, let's move on. It's the Norwegian National Day, and we are actually celebrating the Norwegian, what's it called? Norwegian law, constitution, the Norwegian constitution. So we're not celebrating the day that Norway became a country again after many centuries of being a colony, first under Denmark and then under Sweden. Modern Norway is a young nation, actually. Not many people know that. But we are celebrating, for some reason, the Norwegian constitution. Yeah, so the dogs are very, what can I say? We have no troubles at all with these dogs. They are well behaved. Well, they don't know any, they're not like, I wouldn't take them to a dog obedience competition or anything like that. But they, you know, they are doing their dog things, and they are very nice dogs. I'm turning the camera on because, well, they're up in the, they are attached to each other so that I can attach the leash to them both and they're not used to that. So at the moment, well, something had to be done up there in the he was doing his business, so that's why I turned the camera around. And when he's done that, he shakes. It's very funny. He shakes his entire body, and he looks around, and you can tell that he wants to go running, which I will let them, of course. They are running in the garden, but I want them to run at this field as well. Now, obviously that would not be nice right now, because the farmer has that would ruin the harvest, so to speak. But most of the year this field will be good for them for running. But before we let them off the leash here, we need to train them so that they will come when I call them. Especially the boy, he gets these bursts of energy, and I can tell that he just wants to run and run and run. We don't know exactly how old they are. They were found as puppies in an abandoned building when they were 4 or 5 weeks old. American Nordic, I can answer to that, because it is important. It is important because they are brother and sister, and he was, well, it's an okay question. He was sadly castrated before we got him. I do not support that. It's something they should not do to dogs, but it was done to him, and you know, we can't do anything about that. That being said, we will not have a problem when it comes to when the sister gets into heat. So there, it's kind of practical in a way. I would never do it to a dog, but or anyone. I wouldn't, but now that it has been done, you know, it's okay. They can stay together as brother and sister. Yeah, Trish, it's one of those done and done situations. We won't focus on that. He seems very happy. He's young. Well, they're both young. They are young dogs, and they are happy. And what can I say? We will give them the best life possible. You know, it's yeah. I can talk a little bit about their background from what we know. I have had, before I tell you that, I've had 3 rescue dogs, and they were all, they had behavioral issues in each their way because of trauma, and these dogs are actually the first dogs I have that have not been traumatized in any way. I can tell that, and I know because obviously I got them from the Norwegian owners, that they haven't suffered in any way. They have been, you know, they are well behaved and happy and confident, you know. So So you have that, you know, it's almost a bit strange to me to have dogs that don't have any emotional issues. Now they saw a bird, so that's very exciting. I can. Oh, he's getting. Yeah, that was where the bird was, wasn't it? Yes. Onwards. Hi there. I was kind of excited to see, and a bit anxious to see if this would work with a selfie stick, camera and 2 dogs. Well, thanks a lot. And also I can tell you that I can keep them in my office when I walk out there in the morning. I can take the dogs with me and they will lie down and sleep and they don't make a sound. So that's very practical. This morning I was up actually at before 4 a.m. and then they didn't want to get up. So let's see. No, we're walking this way. Cool. And now this will be exciting because we have to cross the little stream here. And these are, if you just joined the live stream, these are, look at this now. Brother and sister. Separated. Only, I think they were like 8 weeks. And I think they've met once since. And now they are reunited, which I think is very nice. The boy here, he's very muscular for his breed. He's I don't know if you can. Yeah, I'll give you. I'm sure that you will see that in upcoming videos. He's very muscular, and I was sitting on the couch on the sofa, and he was lying next to me, and I noticed that his thigh was the same thickness as my thigh, which is kind of amazing. And he's 27 kilos. He's actually almost 7 kilos heavier than his sister. Yeah, his thighs are. No, I don't think he'll get bigger. They don't get bigger after this age. I think they're between 2 years and 2.5 years old. So they haven't yet grown up emotionally, but physically they have. So they're not going to get any bigger. They are just a little bit immature in the head. And that's good in a way, because you get to it's easier, I feel, to train them when it comes to when you call them and they have to come and all that. Juveniles, yes, exactly. That's what they are. And you can tell he's very funny. When he gets all excited and happy, he walks with a almost like he needs to use his muscles in a way, so he walks with little jumps, but he jumps straight up, not forwards, he jumps straight up. which is a bit funny. And she is not as secure as he is, I would say. She's a little bit more timid, but she is a what do you call it? She likes to snuggle up under the duvet, and she will crawl up while you sleep, I discovered, next to you, and stretch out, and like she's glued to your side. And yeah, the girl is wearing green, the boy is wearing grey. What's this now? And the reason why they're wearing these sweaters is that Ash, I think he ate something. So the reason why they're wearing sweaters, as I said, is that it's not because I'm silly, well, maybe a little bit, but it's they get cold. So I can predict that in upcoming videos on the main channel, you will have the typical, you know, tough guy, the, what's it called, the couch expert, trying to ridicule me because I put clothes on my dogs. We haven't... Nei, vi skal ikke den veien, dere. Nei. Armchair referee, yes. Oh, we have lots of little birds here now, very exciting. Because I put clothes on my dogs, but I don't care. Not all dogs have a fur that are suitable for the climate that you're in. And some dogs have too much fur for their climate, actually. You know, polar dogs, you see them sometimes in very warm climates. And I kind of think that's a bit wrong. Their names, I will reveal their names when we have decided, like when we're 100% certain what their names will be. They have names already, so we won't change their name. So he knows his name, and we thought she didn't know her name, but now she kind of, well, it's a bit complicated. She came with 3 names actually, and those names didn't really sound the same or anything, which was why we thought she didn't actually know her name. But we started using one of them, and now it seems she listens when we call her that name. So yeah. So we're probably going to keep that name, because we think that she's been originally, that was what she was called, and she has some kind of memory of that name. It's not the name I would have chosen, I would say, but that's the thing with rescue dogs. They come with a name, and that's just the way it is. I would probably not. It's everyone thinks that, well, why did you name them that, you know? But I'm not so fussy. No, was that the right word? Picky? No, I'm not. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's vain. Yeah, I'm not so vain about it. Of course, they should be called named after the Norse gods and all that, but they already have names. And this is now we are in an area where we have never been. So this is a first for them. We're going to take the long track. No, it's a path that goes up in the woodland here and down again in a circle. And the idea is that we walk the same paths, so that they learn those paths, and they know kind of we will expand their area so that they, if they get lost, if that should happen, they will eventually run into familiar area. So that's the idea. Yeah, well, also I would say here in Norway, the thing about naming your dogs after the Norse gods is that almost every dog is named after the Norse gods here. Well, at least it's very common. Like Odin is a very common name for dogs, and Balder also, Freya also. Well, maybe not Freya, but for me that would be, you know, I can't name a dog Freya. It's that would not be right for me. But we'll see. He gets these sudden bursts of energy, and yeah. So National Day. I got the question here: how do we celebrate this year? We won't, because of the Corona crisis. Yeah, selfie stick and 2 dogs. Exactly, yeah. The Corona crisis, so we won't have any public gatherings. But actually, I think that's perfect, because I have to admit, I never liked the celebration of the 17th of May. Because it's, don't get me wrong, but I don't like those parts of Norwegian identity that we celebrate on the National Day. We celebrate, and this is a bit personal, but we celebrate, and this is only me, my subjective view on this. We celebrate on the 17th of May. Well, no, let me put it this way. What seems to be in focus is the royal family, Christian traditions, and whatever is popular and politically correct at the time. So that's not how I identify as a Norwegian. As you know, for me, being Norwegian is 90% about Norse identity, which is, a shared Scandinavian and I would say also identity. It's a shared identity that we will find in Scandinavia and on the British Islands, actually in Poland as well. And the 10% on top of that is being Norwegian. Again, this is only my subjective view. I'm not a supporter of monarchy, so I do not support the royal family. I do not support the Christian traditions in Norway, and I don't like the music that we have on 17th of May. You will have bands marching in the streets. We're not talking New Orleans brass bands. We're not. We're talking, yeah, we call it corps. It's not my favorite. And you have to march. If you're in school, you have to march behind the noise and all that. So it's very noisy. And also you see all the bastards. Sorry. You see all the bastards. Or no, the English, you have a wonderful, in English there's a wonderful expression. Look what came out of the woodwork. That's what I think every 17th of May. Nei, vi skal ikke dit. Nei. Now we're at the crossroads and they think we're going that way. We're not. Kom her. Vi skal den veien her. Ja, opp her. Ja. So you will see every individual that has been misbehaving and spreading their vile hatred and everything from talking down and trying to talk badly about his neighbor to downright racism and no, I'm not being politically correct here, but you will have people who say that black people should not be in Norway no matter what, and you will have all kinds of yeah, you will have criminals as well. And my wife is a police attorney, and every 17th of May she sees some of her some of the local boys, to put it that way. I was going to say her clients, but she's at the opposite side of the table, obviously, and so they're not her clients, but people who practice drunk driving and wife beating and all sorts. So you will have all sorts coming out, crawling out of the woodwork on 17th of May and the rest of the year you don't see them, and at the 17th of May you do, and that's what I don't like. Yeah, she's a prosecutor, yes, exactly, that's maybe more a better word. And she will say, well, don't look that way, don't talk to that person, and you know. Nei, ikke nedi der. Oh. Now, yeah, they all dogs, you know, like that would be perfect, wouldn't it? The good thing about these dogs is that you just give them a quick shower and they're clean again. Hi there, Loken. But they love to get dirty. And I think the boy here, he loves the sea, because we went down to the beach yesterday, and when he saw the beach and he realized that we live by the sea, he got all excited and his ears stood up, and so yeah. But I'll have to get a bigger boat now, and a bigger car, a bigger house. These ears are a bit, when they get very excited, they shake their head a little bit, and their ears, one of the ears tend to stay up for a few seconds. So that's very funny. Now we had to put a sock on him, on two of his paws, because he has never been with dogs of his own breed before. I don't think and neither has she, but he hurt his paws. He's a bit quicker, a little bit, just tiny bit quicker than she is. And you can look at these thighs. Oh, yeah. So he hurt his paws, and he hated the socks. But now it's okay again. I think we will try to let him off leash in the garden. And we went to the veterinarian, and yeah, I think he's totally fine now. Went to the veterinarian, and nei, ikke den veien. Yeah, it was just a few scratches, but they will, this breed, they are not very tough. They are not at all tough. They will let you know when there is something wrong, and they will scream. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm trying my best to film them. I think also, we don't know how much they eat yet. At the moment they are a little bit in a state of competition when it comes to the eating, because when one of them starts eating, the other one will also eat, and they're going to eat less when they settle more in the home, I think. Yeah, there you saw the little burst. If I let him off leash now, he would be gone in a second. Yeah, the scary thing about these dogs is that they will if they see a deer, and you know deer, they are very fast, they will catch up with the deer. They run much faster than I mean they run faster than a horse. And you may not believe that, but if you look at, you know, you can look it up, and they are the second fastest dog breed in the world. Only the greyhound is faster, and I would say all Spanish galgos are a mixed breed, and they mix sometimes. There's a lot of greyhound in them, and they look very similar. They are also called the Spanish greyhound, and that's why it's a little bit scary to let them off leash before you are certain that they will come when you call them. Because if they see a deer, they might decide to kill that deer, and that's what they were bred for. Well, actually, they were bred for hunting hares. But they will hunt anything. And I don't think we have animals that are faster than them in Norway. And they are too. So the neighbors' cats they have to watch out. Oh, she sees something over there. Let's see if I can spot it. Normally I can't see what they are seeing. Vad är det för något? No, it was a bird. Yeah, a bird. Tony, I didn't know they have dog competitions at Viking festivals. I would say they have a little bit of extra energy now, because they haven't been able to run around in the garden. Nej, vi ska gå upp där. So they are usually a little bit more mellow, and they are also in that age when they have maximum energy. Here's a stream. This is very exciting, you can tell. I think he sees his image in the water. So, yeah, it's an early morning here, and it's good to get out and walk in the mornings. I have done my writing already, and so everything is good. I'm doing. I have great progress with the writing these days. So, yeah. What can I say? Everything is good. Well, you know, it's always something bad happening in the near future. It's like that, and you can't help it. It's part of life, I guess. Yes, we have been to the beach, and as I said, when he went. He discovered that we lived close to the beach, and we got down there, and he saw the sea, and he got all excited. So He loves the sea and he loves the beach. Oh, they both do. No, I was just saying that it's like when everything is okay, then I have learned that don't count on that to last for very long, you know. Yeah, Trish says she misses the ocean. Yeah, now we're walking into the woods again. Here. So I'm actually timing this lap here, this route, and I think it's an hour. I walked a little bit. No, not really. Just a few minutes before I started the live stream, but we're at 41 minutes now. So I think we'll end at 1 hour, and that's the lap. That's a good walk. Oops. Yeah, did you know that last weekend's video on the main channel, it's getting very close to 1 million views. I've never had 1 million views on a video before. High engagement. Lots of comments, more than 11,000 comments, and the channel is at 271,000 something subscribers now. And what's funny is that when I made the support your local charity video that I uploaded yesterday, it did poorly, very much so, because I think YouTube is not recommending it, because it's the algorithm is already recommending last weekend's video. And yeah, so it's very exciting. I have to admit, it's very exciting to have a viral video. And it is true what they say, that if you upload regularly, sorry, you will get some kind of exponential channel growth, which is what you want. How many members? A little bit more than 200, which I know there are some trolls criticizing me because I activated the members option. Where do you say it for now? Oh, they're seeing something. Where do you say it for now? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Cinnamon rolls, and I said to myself, I will not burn these, because that would just be silly then, you know. And of course I did. Now he's he smelled a Røde. Yeah, he went over here. You can see it. It's been sleeping here. And now he's all excited. Yeah. as you can see. He's very excited. Nei. And he would be off there if I didn't had him, if I hadn't had him on a leash. Kom an, så går vi. So, I guess this is what I would say to the trolls to say. You know, I have an idea. I have an idea. Nei. Now we're keeping them on a short leash for just a little while. I have an idea to respond to the trolls, the tough guys. The tough guys. You know, the kind of people who thinks that you need to be a military man in camouflage to be a proper bushcrafter. You have to kill an animal in every video, and if you're not in the wilderness, proper wilderness, you're not a proper woodsman, are you? No. So you have that kind of guy, and they will say, oh, those are not real dogs. Well, actually, these are the most real dogs that you can get today. This is a very ancient breed. So in a doomsday scenario, this is actually the dog you want, because what you would do, and these are as hunting dogs, these dogs are amazing because they are cruel and amazing in a way. They are very dualistic in that way. They are so nice, and they will curl up to you on the couch. But when you let them off leash, they get scent or they see an animal, they will track down, they will run and kill that animal. You can sit down and wait. You don't even have to bring a gun. So they will kind of, they don't even bark. They just see something or they smell something and they're off. And you know that they will, they're out hunting. And the Vikings used to keep dogs like this, of this kind. And mynde, which is the Norwegian word for this sort of dog, I think comes from Norwegian, the Old Norse word, I think it's maun, and it means slender. So you would have some of these dogs if you were a man of some wealth, and you would bring them out in the woods and they would hunt. So you kind of envision the Viking hunter walking out in the woods with his bow and arrows, and they did of course do that as well, but you would have a sort of hunt where you just let the dogs do all the work. And they say that Cleopatra had a greyhound, so they are one of the ancient breeds, you know. And yeah, exactly, American Nordic says, I have been a park ranger for many years. Killing doesn't make you the best survivor. Knowing the area and having skills to gather also. Absolutely. I thought it would be funny to make kind of, to play a character. I know this guy, Canadian Prepper, he used to do that. That was the American, excuse me, I'm very sorry, but he called him, I think, the American prepper, and he's very into, he's obsessed with guns and camouflage and all that, and he's a very tough guy. It's, I know this is a bit, maybe it's a little bit of rivalry between Canada and the USA going on there, but I thought maybe I could make, you know, the tough guy coming into my videos, criticizing me, and being a tough guy with doing all the, look at this, they're eating the grass. It's with this sort of grass. I call it dog grass. That's not what it's called, but all dogs like this grass. And they eat a lot of that, and then they vomit sometimes. Yeah, so yeah, a character appearing in my videos and being a tough guy. That would be fun. And also I would get to wear a lot of camouflage. That would be fun as well. Obviously, as you have noticed, I guess, in these, you can see some videos, the bushcrafting videos with a very tough guy. You can see it's fake. I've noticed that. And if you do some camera work yourself, you can tell that their editing is such that they have edited out the parts where they fail and where they mess up, because they cut right at the critical points. Critical parts are very edited. Yeah, ska vi gå? Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, I'm not... Nei! Vi kan ikke løpe her for vi har på den selen. Ja! I'm telling him that he can't run off because he's on a leash. But I think actually what I'll do when we get back home is that I'll take a look at his paws, and if they are okay, then I'll let him run in the garden. I'll let them run in the garden, because it seems they need that now. Yeah. He's just a little boy. Now he needs to play with his sister. Tony says he's keeping his videos real. And for instance, let me give you one example. On that video that went viral, obviously I can't read 11,000 comments. But some of the comments, they randomly pop up and night. Now he forgets that he's on a leash. Now he's all tangled up here. Excuse me. Ja, sånn. Skal få løpe når vi kommer hjem. I'm telling him that I promise him that he will be allowed to run once we get in the garden. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, well, just keep it real, you know. And yeah, in that video I noticed a comment, and it was, well, I wouldn't take advice from someone who forgets to bring water into the wilderness, because I hadn't filled up my water bottle before I left. It's funny sometimes when you think about it, what goes on in people's minds. It's like they, first of all, people assume that if you have trees around you, you are in the wilderness. That's a bit funny. I live near the woods, and most of my videos are not in the wilderness, they are just walk up into the woods. And it's like, if I'm in the wilderness, I tend to tell you because I kind of look forward to those wilderness hiking trips. It's amazing. It's amazing. But it's some of the comments are actually, very, what's the word? They are, it's easy to get hurt, you know. So you can't read all those comments. And you can tell that some people, they have put a lot of, they've put their minds into figuring out how they can hurt you, and it's still, I think it still amazes me how these people, how they put that much effort into it. It's strange in a way, but as I said, I don't mind it so much anymore, and I'm just, it's more like I'm a bit curious about why do they do that? I mean, if I see a video and I don't like the video, I just stop watching the video. I don't have a need to tell the video creator that I don't like the video. But anyway, yeah, that was about 1 hour. So this is a 1 hour dog walk. Yeah, okay. He's getting very eager. I think he understood that I promised him that he will be allowed to run in the garden. So yeah, okay. I'll be back maybe later today or tomorrow morning for some of you. And okay. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon. Bye.